Hey there everybody, welcome to Trial Errors Gaming. Today we are back with Pokemon Premier Journey here in Legend C8, it's episode 140, and Shalpha Challenge 2. Now, I have a story to share with you, and I promise you'll want to hear it because it's kind of embarrassing, but first let's talk about seasonal challenges. See them on screen. Complete the Z8 Pokedex. That's checked off. Mega Dimension Pokedex, 116 out of 132. Alpha Z8 Pokedex, 226 out of 227. That's Aerodactyl, that's missing by the way. Alpha Mega Dimension Pokedex, 93 out of 112. Shiny Z8 Pokedex, 128 out of 227. Shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex, 28 out of 117. Complete all side missions, making these 100 donuts, both those checked off. Complete 7 view challenges were 6 out of 7. Looking at viewer challenges. Chillin' Weeb has given us 5. 4 of them have been checked off. If you want to pause to read the 4 that are checked off, please do so. Or if you're fast enough reader, could have read them by now. Grim Reaper, we're skipping the 5th one by the way. Catch a Rogue Mega Evo Pokemon, that's checked off. Darkrai, get all Stardust as Alphas, that's checked off. Chillin' Weeb, catch a Shalpha in each Wild Zone. We're 16 out of 20. 4 are left. Now, let me talk to you about the story, alright? So you can get the vibe. Here I am, fly resetting, run up to the gate, and lo and behold, look who that is. It's the Shalpha for Wild Zone 13, which means we're going to need one less Wild Zone. But was editing a video. The video just got done processing. I had my one hand on the controller, fly resetting, running to the gate. My other hand grabbed the juice. I saw it, got excited, spilled juice all over me. Got sticky, didn't feel good. Decided to take a shower. I literally spilled juice on me like a child because I was so excited to see it. It sucks, but the nice thing is I took a shower, I feel refreshed, I got a snack, I did some shiny hunting in Violet with some buddies. You know, we chilled, we relaxed. But here I am, 3 a.m. in the morning, recording this video because I'm so excited I couldn't go to sleep even if I wanted to. Now, this is massive, right? So I have already saved a dozen times. You can see here, I don't even have my ball prepped. But let's go in there and go get the Shalpha. Please turn around, buddy. I want to make this as easy as possible. Actually, he deserves a good ball. White and red. I guess I have to use the Premier ball. Uh-oh. He gets Angie. That's fine. Let him get Angie. And now he's no longer angry. That's fine. He doesn't know. Uh-oh. He knows. Run, 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 run. Back to the gate, back to the gate. He's no longer angry. Run back in. Uh-oh. Need him to turn back around. Turn around, dude. And we got the Alpha Trevenant. Let's go. Let's X out of this. Let's drop a massive save. That is Wild Zone 17 out of 20 done. Obviously, this is Wild Zone 13 done. But we got Shalpha Trevenant. 3 best, a very good and pretty good. Alright, let's go put him in the spot he needs to be. Should have gone the other way. I just realized that, huh? So we already have a Trevenant, but he's nowhere near as good, and it's not a Shalpha. So this guy will go into our little dupe box. Well, we actually have quite a few dupe boxes at this point, but okay. That's massive. Not only does that move us to 17 out of 20 wild zones, that means we only have 3 more zones. 12, which we know hyperspace can spawn in, although I only have poison and flying donuts right now, so that's something. But the era of Shalpha hunting will change. Because the zones we have left are 19, which is us mostly running through. And I'll actually show you, right? So our main goal here were to run through and try to get a Shalpha one way or another. But that's all hope. Because at nighttime, Oh, hey, dude, wasn't expecting you to look this way. Let me go back to repeat balls, because I don't care if I see a shiny I can throw a repeat ball at. I'll take it. There's Eevee. So, our best bet at a Shalpha is, unless a random one spawns, is this Alpha Clefairy. Now, obviously, a random Shalpha like that, Frou-Frou or something, could spawn. But, it didn't this time. So at night, we have Clefairy, a guaranteed Alpha Clefairy, Cleffa, Kangaskhan, Eevee, Audino, Frou-Frou. But we have a special Pokemon when it comes to Wild Zone 19. If this little Trubbish here, Gilbert, hey little buddy, how you doing, is ever a Shalpha, he will count for Wild Zone 19. Now, I could always fly reset at the entrance and try to get a Shalpha to appear. I could always maybe run along here and get them to spawn in and get them to despawn to try to get a Shalpha. But it's kind of a long run. I guess I could spawn them in and fly reset. But by fly resetting, I could phase on Fletchling here. Or a Fletchling on the other side near, well, 15. Not to mention, I need Frou-Frou and Eevee shiny pretty bad, and I need a ton of them. Also, the only shiny I think I've ever gotten in here is Kangaskhan, still to this point. So I would like to catch another shiny that isn't a Kangaskhan. You know? Which I don't know if that's possible for me. So obviously I can run over here and reset. Now that Trubbish, Gilbert, if he's ever Shalpha, he will count for Wild Zone 19. We've already got one Gilbert, so yeah. And I will admit, Gilbert, if you do not know where it's from, so that Trubbish is special. That was the Trubbish that made me fall in love with Trubbishes. I never noticed Trubbish could dance until I went back in there and I saw it dance. And I was like, oh, Trubbish is so adorable, right? And I fell in love with Trubbish. I underestimated him, thought he was just a garbage little, Pokemon, like, whatever, it's just garbage. But then I realized this game added so much personality to this little guy. When you see him, he comes up, he does a little dance, he gets all happy. Like, look at him. Aww, he just wants love and attention. He's so sweet. Not you, Garbodor, even though I like your Gigantamax. So, yeah, like, this game has made me fall in love with Trubbish. And I started, and I'll admit it, I wasn't watching him from the beginning, but Vandy323, I came across his videos, and I saw the actual, and his streams, and I saw him come across Gilbert. And I was like, that Trubbish also means something special to me. I also believe in Gilbert. And so I decided that oh, it's about to reset. Hold on, let me go back to the entrance. That Gilbert would also be special, because if we ever see it in Wild Zone 19, that's it. We're good, right? There's only one small problem about Wild Zone 19. Because there's not a bench or hyperspace or really anything to do off camera, the best way for me to run through it would be on camera and doing it with you guys. Because if I see a Shalpha and I catch it off camera, it's going to be kind of bad. Now, during early morning, right, we can run through here, see if there's a random shiny or Shalpha. I just scared off the Audino. Drampa is not always Alpha, by the way. That one just happens to be Alpha. He's not guaranteed to be Alpha. We'll see when we reset in a minute. And by the way, yes, yeah, if you don't know, this Trubbish does spawn here during the day. Hello, buddy. Look how there's this little dance, and he's all happy, and yeah, so cute. But during the daytime, the first quarter, so that little meter on the around the map, once it hits about 1/4, right, like kind of the direction. Let me see if I can't get like right where my arrow's facing right now. Once it reaches about there, it actually, Grandpa will despawn, and a guaranteed Alpha Frou-Frou will replace it. So the morning actually is the least beneficial for us, because it's we're gaining another Pokemon, but we're not having a guaranteed Alpha. right? No, I need a ton of shiny frou-frous, and we can run through this all day. Let me actually check to make sure there's no hyperspace in 12. No, that was right outside. So we're still good here. Is there any cool hyperspaces? No. No. Okay. But, right, running through 19 is really this simple. First quarter of the morning, we're just hoping that that we get lucky with a Shalpha. Now, again, I have mentioned my curse in this place. I have only ever caught shiny Kangaskhan within these green walls. I have never, not once, by the way, look, hyperspace hole could appear here. Oh, maybe hyperspace ball can appear back here if I can appear here. But yeah, they just don't appear. I need frou-frou shiny, so if I phase on a bunch of frou-frous, I'm actively okay with that. I need Eevees. If I can get shiny Eevees, I'll be happy with that. I do need Clefairy, and I do need a Clefable. I already have a Cleffa, but that's at night. So yeah, ultimately our problem is not only do we have to just luck into a shiny, which we're, you know, full shiny charm odds, so 1 in 1025, rounded up from 24 point whatever it is. But we have to hope that we also hit the 5% alpha when we get a shiny, which is hard enough as is, and there's no way to boost that. So Wild Zone 19 is really tough, especially in the morning. This is not really worth it, but because I need so many shiny frou-frous, fly resetting could net me a Kangaskhan, could net me an Eevee, could net me Audino, could net me frou-frou, but it won't get me an alpha, especially during the day and during the night. I'm actually out of the range of the guaranteed alpha. So running there would actually be better. Now, obviously, like I said, I could always do this shenanigan, and let me show you it. Watch me get this Shalpha doing this in an instant. But I could always run up here until I spawn in the guy in the center up there. Oh, look, an alpha frou-frou. Right, but yeah, like I can run until I spawn the guy up there and then reset. And I could just keep doing that. But you don't see the guy up there if he's not an alpha. Like, we didn't see Drampa there, unless it's time for him to go. No, not yet. So, like, he should be up there. I just don't see him spawning in. Unless he's vanished already. I don't think he has. Let's actually run through and see if Drampa's still there. He should still be there. If he's vanished already, then, like, uh-oh. I overcalculated a little bit, but yeah. But there's that strategy too, right? Because it'd be easier to fly reset to despawn it than to run away to try to unspawn it. You know what I mean? Because I have to go 70 meters. Oh yeah, Drampa's still there. It just wasn't loading in because he's probably in like a weird spot. Oh no, I think I also got a shiny Audino in here. I think I did break my Kangaskhan curse. I think? Huh. Maybe. Either way. Let me actually double check. Did I break my Kangaskhan curse? Let me check in here to see if there's like an Audino. Nothing here. Nothing here. That's Wild Zone 7. So maybe the regular Audino? Nope, Wild Zone 7. Alright, so I don't think I have broken my curse of only shiny Kangaskhan in Wild Zone 19. But yeah, because I need a Shalpha in here, there's no hyperspace portals. During the early morning, there's no guaranteed alpha. I'm betting at full shiny charm odds, plus the 5% alpha odds, and just praying and hoping that we get a Shalpha. Right? And it's not really that efficient. Again, if he's ever, this Gilbert right here, is a little trubbish. If they are ever Shalpha, they do count. Bye, Trubbish. Love you, buddy. So yeah. And then, I mean, you all know this by now. I don't know why I'm repeating it, but it's true. Wild Zone 19 is going to be hectic. Right? Because I'm going to have to run through and hope that I find shinies, just in general. EV, Frou-Frou are definitely the big ones. But if I get other Audinos or anything, great. That's just more dupes I can give away. See here, Drampa's gone, so it's past that little mark. Oh. That Alpha Audino would have been a great Shalpha to wrap this up. But that's just it. Is once that thing is gone, eventually we'll see a guaranteed Alpha Frou-Frou spawn there. By the way, a Shalpha Frou-Frou, I'm immediately making my most favorite cut. I forgot to mark down that I got the Trevenant. I forgot to mark down the Trevenant. How dumb am I? Why am I dumb? Why am I dumb sometimes? You know, I'm actually a relatively smart person, I think. But then, just for some reason... I mean, I literally can say starter episode, so it's not like the end of the world. But... I literally, like, just was going about my thing, like, oh man, I am gonna go ahead and progress and be so excited, right? And just completely, you know, missed it. But, obviously that wasn't a new shiny or new Shalpha, or, no, it was a new Shalpha, but not a new shiny or an Alpha. So, like, yeah. So, Trevenant didn't count for much. But when it comes to well, he did. He completed a Wild Zone. Anyways, sorry, I'm just... Because I forgot to mark it, I'm babbling and I'm panicking. So eventually, an Alpha guaranteed Frou-Frou will spawn there. Now, thankfully, this zone, if we're going to talk about it, all the shinies are pretty recognizable. Right? So let's start with Drampa. I already have one shiny, I could literally show you it, but it's green, goes gold, like its green body changes to a brownish gold. It stands out quite easily, and its eyebrows go from yellow to black. It stands out a lot when a bright color like a green. Oh, there's the Alpha Frou-Frou. Goes to like a brown or like a beige, it stands out, right? Frou-Frou turns solid black. I could not miss it if I wanted to. Clefairy, its ears turn like a neon green. Again, giant beacons. Cleffa, same thing. Ears turn green, although it's not like a neon green, it's like a minty green, maybe would be the best description. Yeah, Eevee turns silver or white, or silverish white, whatever you want to call it. I think it's more of a silver than a white, but... you know, that's just me. Kangaskhan is a shiny I've seen a million times. Its brown body turns beige. Its head armor plate goes from black to green, and the baby follows the same color pattern. It's quite obvious. Audino goes from pink to purple. Its eyes go from blue to green. Again, every shiny here isn't one of those like, oh man, is it tough to see? I can't tell. No. All these shinies are pretty dang noticeable. Like, even without the sparkle, you should be able to tell if something's shiny or not. Now, the only way you may not tell is if they are, like, blocked. Because the one thing about Wild Zone 19 that sucks is, unlike other zones, you actually can't get rid of all the foliage permanently. It will disappear for, like, 4 or 5 minutes, but... eventually, it will respawn. So yeah. But yeah, you really shouldn't miss a shiny unless you get blocked by this foliage. Oh, there's another Alpha Frou-Frou. Or if like a non-alpha is hiding amongst the brush. But that's just like you not missing a shiny, it's just you not seeing it. But because up to 10 shinies don't despawn, then yeah. And as you can tell, when we entered Wild Zone 13, we did not phase on anything. We got the Shalpha right off the bat. So am I expecting a Shalpha here? Well, unless it's a Kangaskhan, no. Because like I said, we still have never caught, or I've never caught, a shiny in this zone that wasn't a Kangaskhan. Which is crazy with how many frou-frous I need and the fact I keep phasing on them. So yeah. But we're gonna run through Wild Zone 19 and then I'm gonna talk about 15. Because trust me, 15 is going to be one we will talk about. Because I am probably gonna stick there a little bit. So ultimately we do have one small problem. Is 19 and 15 the best way to do the hunt would be on camera? Because if I need to save, wait, come back, and I'm not aware enough, I could miss a shiny. And I don't want to catch a shiny without you guys seeing it. You know? So there's a lot of problems with it. Also, I need on footage to make a short out of it, and etc, etc. So yeah, thankfully 15 is easier, but also more difficult, but in a different way. This is difficult because the guaranteed alpha is in a weird spot where you can't really reset it. Like, I mean, I guess one thing I could do is obviously the alpha is right inside. No, try not to get dragged in by that. Right inside here, right? Technically, I could run this way and just kind of run to this wall should despawn it. Run to spawn. Let me see if I can see when it despawns. There we go. So yeah, like 71. And then I have to run in enough to see it. So I guess like there. So run to like 71 and then run around. I could do this, right? To focus on the frou-frou. But I don't know what else I can phase on doing this. I needed to keep an eye on the thing. Like this is a shout, but I also, like I said, I don't know what all I'm phasing on. But this is an option during day and night to try to go after the album. Right? But the one small problem I have with that is I'm really only resetting that frou-frou. Like, what else would I be resetting? These guys I don't think are far enough. Maybe if Kangaskhan is aligned up just right, maybe. But yeah, I'm really not going after anything special. But that is an option to run back and forth if I got tired of running through it. Which is a shout. Now let's talk about Wild Zone 15. Spend half of the day and the night talking about Wild Zone 15. So Wild Zone 15's big difficulty is, as long as I'm not spotted, going to Cafe Ultimo is actually pretty great. There's the Alpha Gorgeist I'm resetting right here. There's an Alpha Beedrill right around the corner I'm resetting. I can reset here quite constantly and quite easily without much hassle. Just a little flick of the controller. And there was a bunch of Pokemon during the day I do need shining here. Right? There's all the Punkaboo that can randomly become shiny. There's Whirlipede and Scolipede during the day. I don't need Beedrill, but if it's the Shalpha one, I'm done. Gorgeist, I'm done. Right? But the Punkaboo are the problem. Because once the Punkaboo switches from day to night, those Punkaboo, even if they're shiny, are not saved. Because the sizes, for some reason, are not treated equally. Oh no, they're not. They're treated as separate Pokemon in a weird way, so they're actually fully reset. That's right here, whether I'm resetting a Cafe Ultimate or running through Wild Zone 15. I just think this is easier in turn spot. Right? So let's say I do get spotted. And it's like, oh no, I've been spotted. I need to leave. Look at all these alphas in here right now. Right? It's like 4 of them. Cool. Anyways, I leave. And I can just go fly back to Cafe Ultimo and I'm chill. Right? At nighttime, the Beedrill, the Whirlipede, and the Scolipede. Also, by the way, if I'm spotted over here, I could easily just run this way. But I do like to run the other way just in case there's a hidden shiny. So yeah. And during night, like I said, Scolipede, Whirlipede, and Beedrill and the Alpha Beedrill are replaced with Shuppet, Banette, Alpha, a guaranteed Alpha Banette, and I believe Haunter? Other Pokemon? So yeah. Now, Larvitar, I am not resetting for. He's up there and is not being reached. So I actually can't reset for him. But here's the problem with Wild Zone 15. Because those Punkaboo switch and the sizes disappear, if I see a shining Punkaboo, right, anywhere, oh, that was Scolipede, nice. Like, let's say, like, I'm just pissing everything off. Let's say I spawn in and let's say it's almost nighttime, right? There's only a second left. If I'm not recording, I'm going to have to pause it. If I can't save, okay, I'm in danger. I'd have to run out, but if I don't have time to run out, and if I'm not recording, pull up OBS, get all the stuff recording, right? It's not something I want to do every single time. So Wild Zone 19, I could run through without the camera on because those things don't despawn. But 15 is one that's going to be on camera. Not to mention, I need the Punkaboo shinies for all sizes except large. Yeah, large, because that's Jumbo. That's small, medium, large, and Jumbo. I also need a Jumbo to evolve into a Gourgeist, but I'm not going to worry about that right this second. But I only have one shiny Punkaboo. Right? Not the end of the world, but that's all I have. One single sized Punkaboo. So I do need the other sizes. And unfortunately, some of them are day and some of them are night. So no matter what, Wild Zone 15 is one of the best places. Not to mention, I think the sizes of Punkaboo don't change in certain hyperspaces. I think they're always one size. I think. If that's not true, then I'll have to check. But at least here, I can try to control the flow. Let's say I have a large, okay, but I need Jumbo, medium, and small, but I still would need another medium or large. So yeah, you know, to get Gourgeist, unless this Shalpha Gourgeist wants to be one, but this Shalpha Gourgeist I think is medium, not large. I remember it was one of those sizes. I could look it up. But here's the thing about 15 is I have to stay alert. If we hear a shining sound at all in here, right? We cannot panic and not catch it, especially if it's a Punkaboo. Because Wild Zone 15 could be quite a huntable place later on. You know? Just one of those things. So 15 is going to be one of those places I'll be hunting for a little bit. Well, you know, it's just a thing. I don't want to miss an opportunity. Right? I need so many sizes shiny. Right here's a little guy. If that little guy, or that little guy, or that little guy, or that little guy, right? Any of the little guys we see of Punkaboo, any of them turn shiny, I need to be able to catch it before that clock switches to night. Or even worse, night to day, because of how fast that clock burns, you know. So this is the problem with 15. Yes, I could do this off camera, but as soon as I see a shiny, if it's like a last second thing, if I get noticed, if I do any, I may not be able to save. I may only get one shot at it. And if the camera's not rolling, I have to get started and I have to record it and be like, hey guys, you know, and it's just, it could turn into a whole ordeal. And by the way, if you're wondering, man, why are you running through the gate that way? Pretty simply, I'm running through the gate that way so I can actually check everything. So if I get spotted, I might as well run. Now, I can talk about the shinies a little bit. Rival resetting, because you can kind of reset this place. And I'm actually only going to talk about the shinies. Dude, I feel like this place, just because of how many Pokemon there are, it's like there's always like 3 or 4 shiny, or 3 or 4 alphas going on. But first, let's talk about Beedrill. Its body turns green, its eyes go from red to blue. Its body also, I think, gets slightly... Really, dude? So yeah, and while I would accept the Shalpha one, any extra Beedrills will kind of suck because I kind of already have it, a lot of them, but yeah, or the line. So yeah. Whirlipede, its eye turns orange to pink, but when I talk about that with the Wild Zone 5 one, it's a Shalpha, so the eye will never be noticeable like that. But its little red circles on it actually become like green, like a turquoise green, so it's pretty noticeable. Scolipede's the same thing. It's red body with the little purple colored rings, or red, purple color. No, they're purple. Turn to that green. Also, its horns get the stripes of green, and its eyes turn green. It's a really great shiny. You know, dude, I'm gonna have problems with you. Oh, look at that. That's a alpha. That a big boy. Alright. Anyways, back to resetting. Pumpkaboo is very noticeable because its like upper brown part becomes solid black and its lower pumpkin colored body, the orange, turns purple. And also the like orange spots turn like yellow compared to like an orange. So it's actually pretty noticeable. Gourgeist also very noticeable. Its brown lower pumpkin body turns solid black. Its hair goes from the pink to the purple. And I think its body also gets slightly lighter. Haunter is at night only. Dude, Pumpkaboo, man, I am gonna punt you. I'm just gonna punt you, man. That's the end of threat. End of statement. I'm just going to punt you. Okay, so let's talk about nighttime. Haunter, kind of tough. Pink mouth turns blue. And its body gets technically lighter. That is noticeable, but it's like purple to faded purple. But net, very noticeable, from black or like a faded black to a faded blue. And then Shuppet from a faded blue to a turquoise blue. Or if you look at regular Shuppet's eyes, it's shiny. Its normal form is the middle eye color, but its shiny is the eye color at the far end. So that like blue in its eye, that's its shiny. That's a cool way to know to keep an eye out on its shinies. If it's blue, matches the outer side of its eye, matches its body, it's shining. But also in this game, you can just see it. But yeah, that's how I learned to differentiate the shiny. Is that it's a dude, Pumpkaboo, I'm about to kick you. Like, really? Oh, man. Punkaboo, man. You're making this very difficult. Really difficult. But let me talk about this. So Wild Zone 15, the Pokemon I still need shiny are Rolipede, Scolipede, bunch of Punkaboos, Gourgeist obviously because that would be the Shalpha, Shuppet, Banette. So yeah, during nighttime I need everything but Haunter shiny. So that's a big dub. I just ran over here for no reason. I'm an idiot. I thought I was spotted. I wasn't. That's on me. I looked away and for some reason I thought I was spotted. I just wasn't. I'm sorry. Panic somehow hit me and I was like, gotta run. During the daytime though, I do need Rolipede and Scolipede shiny. So that's something to keep an eye out for during the day. But other than that, it is just Punkaboo and Gourgeist. I do not need Beedrill, but unfortunately like 300 Beedrill spawn. Now I'm going to talk about the Punkaboos a little bit. Because they do have some... I just almost did it. I didn't get punished. Let's go. I caught myself. Okay? Oh yeah, at the end of the day before it turns night, I do run outside and check everything to make sure there are no shinies at the last second. And then I just kind of wait outside for things to go about. So... Alpha Punkaboo and Alpha Gourgeistes are pretty noticeable and to differentiate size. Because, see, because there's a larger one right there. Or, that's average. Or it could be small, actually. But it's an alpha, is what I meant, not jumbo. Right, that's an alpha right there. Oh, there's an alpha right here. Right, you can see two alpha. I got spotted. That's my fault. I paused. I was being an idiot. Just ignore me. So, alpha small variety Punkaboo get Psychic as their plus move. That's like usually TM. Average variety ones get Flamethrower. Large variety of the alphas get Dark Pulse. The jumbo variety get Rock Slide, which we can actually go in here and see. Alpha 1, Psychic in the top slot. Average, Flamethrower. Large, Dark Pulse. Jumbo, Rock Slide. Now for the Gourgeistes, alpha ones, like alpha small variety, get Sludge Bomb. But in this case, it's Psychic because I just straight up evolved it, betrayed. This one is, it average gets Fire Blast. I believe this is the one I changed though. So yeah, and this is the alpha I think I caught in here. The very first time I caught one. Yeah. So this one was the average one you get here. Average, yeah. Large gets Shadow Claw. But this is another one I kind of built up to use for the what's it called? Rayquaza battle to Trick or Treat and all that stuff. So yeah, these Gourgeistes got use. That's why I level 60, level 100 compared to 52 instead of center. But so this one is still a large, and this one is still an average, right? This is small. I am missing a jumbo, which would have Giga Impact as its alpha ability. But yeah. Now here's the thing. Small variety ones, these ones, spawn only 5% of the time during daytime, just like the jumbo only spawn about 5% at nighttime. Average and large are the most common, so that's why I'm expecting to get a lot of them shiny versus the small. But if I ever see a shiny, I gotta go for it. Now, it's not nighttime, so that's why I'm not going after any of the alphas, because the jumbos... I just ran. Why did I run? I started talking. At nighttime, I do need to keep an eye out for one more jumbo. Punkaboo. Alpha jumbo Punkaboo. So pretty much I need one with Rock Slide. And by finding one with that, I can trade it, evolve it into a Gourgeist, and then I have my Alpha Gourgeist checked off. Now, I do think you might be able to get different sizes of them. in hyperspace. But if I'm honest, if I see Pumpkaboo or Gorgeist there, I might go for it. But if they spawn in limited pools or like only the specific ones spawn in this one and you just random, I don't know. It's something. I am yawning. It is something I have to go investigate. Actually, let me look this up. So Pumpkaboo spawn in Ghost 1. Oh, never punished. Ghost 1, Ghost 4, and Grass 4. In Ghost 1, let me see if I can't find. Okay, so I can hunt. No. I can hunt Yawmask with it. So I still need shiny Yawmask. And Graveyard with it. Alright, so I may keep an eye out for Punkaboos in hyperspace and test those out a little bit. But like, the big thing this episode is I got another Wild Zone done. Yep. Now, I don't know how long 15 or 19 will take. Like I said, if I wanted to, I could try to do that run, despawn, respawn, especially during night or day. But that also feels kind of boring. Now, anytime it switches from day to night... Oh, I've basically reset it back to the entrance. I'm going to keep an eye on 12. Right now, we only have donuts for flying, 2 poison. Hey, buddy. So yeah, I pretty much have flying and poison as my only 2 options. Isn't there like an elemental monkey I can phase on, I think, over here? Yeah, this guy. It is possible I can get one of the monkeys, I think, from flying to Ultimo. But yeah, I think that's the only phase. Let me actually double check that while I'm talking about that. You know, Pumpkaboo, I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick you so far and so hard because you are not playing with the rules. The rules are you don't notice me. Alright, so Pumpkaboo, Beedrill, Rolipede, Haunter, Trevenant, Shuppet, Pansage, Panseer, Panpour, which is the monkey in that tree, Scolipede, Vanette, and Gorgeist. So yeah, I only can phase on one thing outside this wild zone. Right? And that one thing is that monkey in the tree. And it can be any of the 3. Now, I still need, I believe, Panseer shiny. I can actually check that really quick. I can check that. Let me do that. Because it would help with my mentality if I knew what monkeys I need too. So I know I have Pansage done, yeah. So I need one more Panpour to turn into Semipour. And then I need one more Panseer to turn into 2 Panseers. So yeah. Alright, not the end of the world. Cool. I'm pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I may need to start doing some ghost hyperspaces. But yeah, if I can, while hunting here, get a couple Pumpkaboo of different sizes shiny. I can get another Alpha Jumbo. I could get a Banette or a Shuppet or a Rolipede or a Scolipede shiny. Great, that helps skip stuff, you know? So ideally, what I want to do here is actually fly reset until like the very last little bit of time. You know, if I get spotted, I will go run. But I kind of just want to fly reset Cafe Ultimo for as long as possible. Yeah, see, I got spotted here before I could even do anything. So then I check, hey, is there a shiny around here? Wow, no shiny. Okay, I will leave before I get attacked. And then I just reset. But as long as I'm not being attacked, I'm just going to reset. And then at the end of the day, I'll notice a little bit of time left. Because everything here with the repeat ball is pretty much 100% catch rate. Like, there's nothing here with a repeat ball I should fail. Right? Like, I doubt there's a single Pokemon in here that will break out of a repeat ball. Which here, like, okay, Trevenant I love as a Pokemon. Oh my god, dude. I literally just went to go stretch, and he chose a moment of weakness to attack me. How dare he? I love Trevenant. Trevenant is a shiny that's really beautiful and deserves a good ball that matches it. I don't like... Honestly... Oh my god. I'm gonna... Could have ended up being shiny. I can't knock him out yet. Man, do I want to punt him so bad. Alright, so Trevenant is a shiny I really love and a Pokemon I really like. I think it's really cool. Phantom's really cute. And it has a great shiny. I do not like Premier Balls. I don't really like bland white stuff. Like, an all white aesthetic is not my thing. I actually actively hate that color pattern. Like, I hate just white with a little bit of color. I'd rather have some color with a little bit of white. White is just not great, in my opinion. But, you know. Bro, Uncle, get wrecked. But we can see here, no shiny anywhere. But yeah, when it comes to Pokeballs, right? Pokeball's classic. Great Ball has color. Ultra Ball looks sick. Master Ball is the Master Ball. Premier Ball is boring. I like color. I like these other patterns. I really like the X on the Quick Ball. It's just a shame people are like, oh, why are you using a Quick Ball with shiny hunting? I do like the Luxury Ball, the Repeat Ball. I like these guys. The Heavy Ball is kind of the ball I like the least out of these guys, but yeah. And the Cherish Ball is actually the bright, solid red one, is one of my favorite. It just sucks that it's a event ball only, because if we had access to throw Cherish Balls at Pokemon, I'd use Cherish Balls for everything, bro. I wish we'd get more solid ball colors and some more solid patterns. Because it's like, let us, like, you know, design Pokeballs and junk. But anyways, yeah. So ultimately, my plan is pretty simple. Keep resetting here until either I hear the sound or I spot a shiny. Or if I just reset here, as long as I'm not being aggroed by anything, I'll reset here until there's, like, a little bit more time. Let's keep going. But yeah, I would just fly reset until it reaches a certain point. Now, the only problem with this is, again, Larvitar is not being checked on, which sucks. Also, I am resetting a lot, but there are Pumpkaboo that aren't being reset. And I can go show you. Oh, I'm spotted, so perfect. So we can see here, no shinies, whoop-de-doo. But these guys over here, the Pumpkaboo that spawn like over here, aren't being reset at all. By the way, this is a non-alpha sizing chart. By the way, if you ever catch a shiny and you don't know what size it is, and it's a regular one, you can literally just bring it over and interact. You can see right here, it matches this one right in that I'm standing in front of. Come on, little buddy. You can see, right? So that's pretty nice too. That you can just gauge there after you complete that side mission. So yeah. But yeah, so there are some Pumpkaboo that aren't being there, so yeah. I mean, it's also kind of obvious, like I said, during the... Bro. During the daytime, you're only seeing small and large. Small and average. So, like, if you see you can also compare it with your, like, going into the Pokedex and checking its size there, like, seeing, like, how big it is compared to the Pokeball background. Either way, back to my point. During the daytime, you know you're only getting average or small. So, like, it's pretty obvious that, you know, I caught mine during night, so I know it was either large or jumbo. And it clearly wasn't Jumbo. No shinies. Yeah, sometimes I do also like coming over here to check these guys. But yeah, so, I mean, this whole thing's about the Punkaboos, right? And getting a Shalpha. Thankfully, daytime, if I can phase on a Rolipede or a Scolipede or get a small or an average Punkaboo shiny, or, you know, the Gourgeist becomes a Shalpha, that'd be big. Because truthfully, that's what I kind of came here for. Now, one thing I can do is there's a little bit of time left, right? I think I can go a little bit more. But one thing I do like to do is go hang out with the Larvatars at the end. So just in case I need time, I could always do this. So I'm going to do this as an example, right? I could look around and be like, oh, is there any shinies? Holy hell, that would be a cool Shalpha to get. But yeah, so let's say I don't see anything. I actually ran the complete wrong way, so this is not a good example. So let me try this again. Let me do this the correct way. And this is the reason I run this one way. So like if I was like, oh man, I got spotted. I don't see any shinies. I don't hear any shinies. Okay, and then I exit out of here. If there's only a little bit of time left and I think I can make it, instead of fly resetting again and possibly missing something, I can come check the monkey to see if he became shiny. But I can also just come up here and check on these guys, as there is still a chance one of these little guys could be shiny or Shalpha. Then I can let it hit night, and I can see all three of these guys change. Hey, little buddy. He looks like he should just be able to walk right from underneath that gate. You know, like he should just, he's short enough where he should just do. Here I am. But, yeah. So it changes to night, so obviously now we are looking for Alpha Punkaboo of the Jumbo variety. But yeah, I can easily come in here. None of them are shiny, none of them are Shalpha, whatever. But now, we can go talk about Cafe Ultimo during night. Oh, I should check to see just in case Wild Zone 12 got anything. Shoot. Punkaboo man, I'm gonna punt you just like I punt your other brother. Cincy, Haunter, Shuppet, etc. here. I was not expecting aggression right off the bat. Right outside of 15, man. Look how close that is to the gate. Nothing down in 12, so we're good. So yeah. So I do need to keep an eye out for alphas. Because I do need a Jumbo variety Punkaboo. So that would be like Rock Slide. So, but like that should be really noticeable, right? Like any alpha will be really big. Because at night, obviously, it's large and Jumbo. And that's a Jumbo, because you can hear the doo-doo, the deep voice. But yeah, I mean, we are looking for an Alpha Jumbo. I don't think that is a Jumbo. That actually might be. Let me tell what people. Is that Shuppet shiny? No, it's not. Okay. It just really looked really like a light blue for a second. Alright, hold on. So, obviously, if this is a Alpha Jumbo... no. So, you can see it had Dark Pulse, which means it is one of these guys. But how does it compare? This had 4 best are very good and pretty good. This has 3 best and pretty good. Goodbye! Yeah. So, yeah, if I see alphas, I'm gonna try to catch them, which will kind of hurt the shiny odds, but you know, until I get that one, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's why I said, like, if I see a alpha, I'm just gonna go ahead and catch it. I should pay attention to the cry. But yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know why that Shuppet looked really light blue to me for some reason. But it is what it is. Oh, I got spotted. That's gotta be a jump. Right? There's... I see, I'm not mentally prepared to do this. Nope, it is another regular one. 4 best and pretty good. That's not bad, but re-release it. See, I need to listen for the cry. I need to listen to the really deep down cry. I need to just not throw Pokeball. Well, I can. I mean, I might as well throw as many repeat balls as I want. I have 100 million of them now. Dude, Punkaboo. Can that one be alpha just so I can catch it? Invincibility frame. Get wrecked, nerd. Yes, am I talking shit to a Haunter? Yes, I am. Do I feel bad? No. I wish that thing was Shalpha. A Shalpha Shuppet. Oh, that's so cool. But as you can see, no longer alpha. So, not a Shalpha. Also, it didn't look blue enough. It like... But yeah. Yeah, no, like, Jumbos are rare. They're, like I said, 5%, I think? Or something like that. So, it's kind of like a really big toss-up. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Oh, no way. That's a Shalpha Gorgeist. There's no way. Hold on. I need to... Let me mark stuff down. I was not expecting that. Our first shiny... Sits the Trevenant is another Grass Ghost. Alright, let me drop a save and let's go get the Shalpha Gorgeist. Got it. Let me out. Let me out. I'm panicking. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Oh my god. Shalpha Gorgeist is done, which is massive because first off, that is a new shiny for the ZA Pokedex, bringing us to 129 out of 227. Second, that is another Wild Zone done, bringing us to 18 out of 20. In one episode, we've got 2 done. Now, as I mentioned, there's a nice way to tell what size this is. One, it's always going to be average size, and that's how you can tell because of Fire Blast being its move. So, yeah. But, we have Shalpha Gorgeist done. Wild Zone 15's done. The only zones we have left is, funny enough, Wild Zone 19, which we were talking about earlier. Dude, what in the world is going on? And 12, which I would rather get like a Hyper Zone for. Dude, I was not expecting. We got Ghost Grass for 2 Wild Zone Shalphas in one thing. I'm sorry, does that mean I'm gonna get 19 done too? Oh, hey, that would have been funny if that thing was a Shalpha right off the bat. So, see, at nighttime... Oh, look, 2 Clefairy there, Alpha. One thing I could do, right? Is let me actually try to place this at the stairs. There we go. That's actually, I want that a little higher up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it closer. There we go. Alright, let's run away. Get those guys despawn. So it's like 71 meters is when they fully despawn, so there we go. And he runs back, and I kind of can't see all of them. So I guess I could do this to try to get the Alpha to spawn. I just don't know what hole I'm facing on by doing this. This tree is causing a lot of problems. Wait, isn't there supposed to be a guaranteed Alpha? Wait, hold on. Is there not a guaranteed Alpha in Clefairy? Every time I've come here, there's a guaranteed... I thought there was a guaranteed one. I'm actually losing my mind. Oh, no. No, I swore there was a guaranteed Alpha Clefairy. Hold on, if it disappears again, I need to go in there to see where it's going. Why am I missing? There's that Clefairy is supposed to be 100% Alpha. Now we have 2. Dude, I am now. Oh, let me get to like 71. So let's make sure they despawn. Dude, I don't know what's going on. I thought there was a guaranteed Alpha Clefairy. Obviously, we need to look for those green ear tips for the shiny. But yeah, the next time I don't see an Alpha, I need to... I want to investigate this. Hold on. Oh, there's an Alpha one. We saw one with 0 Alpha Clefairy. I want to go in there and investigate what happened. And there's the guy who thought that Arbok was a Seviper. Or evolved into a Seviper. Dork. No. So I am resetting. I just saw that Frou become an Alpha, which wasn't an Alpha before. So I am resetting a few other things because now it's gone. Oh, here we go. There's no Alpha Clefairy. Look at this. I thought Alpha Clefairy was guaranteed. Alpha Eevee. Wow, that's so weird. I thought Clefairy was 100% guaranteed there, Alpha. Oh no. Well, now we've kind of debunked that. Because we've seen it without an Alpha there. I thought that was 100%. I thought there was a 100% guaranteed Alpha Clefairy there. Oh, I'm just running into the wall like a dumbass. Ignore me, I'm looking at the other screen. Yeah, everything I can say says it should be 100% guaranteed, but this is not. Oh, does that mean that the Frou that's supposed to spawn there that's 100% Alpha, does that not stay Alpha? Dude, I may need to test this thing. It is late though, and I am tired. Oh, but I discovered something I maybe shouldn't have, and now I wanna keep testing. That's weird. So it seems like there's an alpha there a lot of the time, but twice we have now seen it where there is no alpha. Wonder if this is just like a Switch 1 bug, or if that guaranteed alpha isn't always there, even on Switch 2. So here's the problem doing this during the day is Drampa, like, is there early in the morning. Now, 19 is one I can continue to work on and to test, but also this method feels a little bit because I don't know what else I'm resetting. Like, am I resetting these guys? Am I resetting these guys over here? Not now that I scared them off. Ha 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 ha. Am I resetting this Pat Rat or the Pat Rat or the Trubbish there? I don't think there's any Pokemon back over in here that could be reset. You know, it's kind of like... There's Drampa. Am I resetting these guys? Hey Trubbish. How you doing, Gilbert? Comfortable. Like, see, now I start to question what I am and am I not resetting? Oh yeah, let's check 12 really quick. No, nothing in 12. So, like, obviously I can go for the Drampa, but that's not a guaranteed alpha. With the Drampa here, I might as well just run through this entire thing. Because maybe I can at least find shiny Frou-Frou. A shiny... And here I'm eliminating my chances of finding Frou-Frous. Of finding a shiny Eevee. You know, it's like... That method is good, but... I thought there was a guaranteed 100% Clefairy. But now I'm not certain. See, in 12, if I don't get a hyperspace, there are benches right here I can reset at. It's not the end of the world, but right now my main focus point is 19. Because the big thing here is, during the early morning, there's no reason to run that thing. Because all I'm doing is resetting a non-guaranteed Drampa. I might as well run through because that Drampa has as much chance as any other guy here. And I could use extra Frou-Frou shiny. I can use, you know... I can use, like, Eevee shiny. You know? So I'd much rather run through and try to get something else shiny, I think, during the day. Or at least the early morning. Once the Frou-Frou is there, which, by the way, that's what I'm trying to spawn right now, is I am trying to waste time. I want to do a couple test runs with the Alpha Frou-Frou there, just to see if he turns non-alpha. Because if that thing is bugged, where running that direction despawns the 100% guaranteed alpha, we're in a situation where that may not be an option. Because I've never seen a Clefairy not be at least one heavy alpha in there. So now I'm a little concerned that that 100% guaranteed alpha is not 100% guaranteed running that other direction. It's like it's almost failing the check for some reason. But I have never run through Wild Zone 19 and have the Clefairy not be not be a alpha. I just don't know, man. I don't know. I want to get the Frou-Frou spawned in. It's sad I can't just skip to a certain part of the day. I have to skip to night, I think. Otherwise, I'd rest till after. But he's almost gone. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, see, running back and forth for the Drampa makes so sense. And I want to test, because if that Frou-Frou, he spawns once. Yeah, this may require some testing. Because there's supposed to be 100% alpha chance Clefairy up there. But now we've seen no guaranteed alpha. 19 might just be a nightmare situation. Again, I don't know if this is a Switch 1 having a bug or something. Because, again, up until now, I've never seen it not alpha at night. At least one of them alpha at night. Okay. We are getting close to the alpha Frou-Frou. Once he is there, I'm going to continue running for a little bit and to see what we can see. That made no sense, but you know what I mean. I just need to make sure I see him spawn. Till then, we're going to run here, because until he spawns, I still want to try to get other Frou-Frou shiny, try to get Eevee shiny, try to get a Shalpha elsewhere. So until the alpha Frou-Frou spawns, I might as well keep running through. You know, make the most of it. By the way, Wild Zones 13 and 15 back to back after very little resets. I'm glad I didn't have my cup on my hand, because if I spilled my juice again, I would have been pissed. Dude, that's just crazy. We got 2 Shalphas and eliminated 2 Wild Zones in a single episode. Okay, no alpha Frou-Frou yet. But yeah, that's crazy. I was not expecting it. I actually, because of all the ranting I did, feel like an idiot now. But I talked about all the stuff we can do in Wild Zone 15. All the hunting we can do in 15. And then I find the Shalpha as the very first shiny that appears. Oh, another Alpha Eevee. A Shalpha Eevee I would do everything in my power to get. Right? And immediately I'm making that my favorite Eevee. Okay, there he is. Perfect. Oh, there's an alpha one right here. Cool. Hey, buddy. Alright. So obviously we see the alpha Frou-Frou. He's supposed to be 100% guaranteed. So let's run to 71, despawn, and run back. I want to see if we can't make this guy not alpha. Wait, is that thing not alpha already? No, it is. Okay. Sorry, I just couldn't tell with him sleeping that he didn't have the glowing red eyes. Okay, so that's about the size of the sleeping one. Okay, I need to make sure that I kind of realize the size pattern. But I was like, wait, he looks small. It's because he was wrapped up. Oh, I can still actually hear the humming. Maybe because there's only one spawn there, it's not getting overridden. I don't know. We saw a non-alpha Clefairy. So yeah, I just don't know, man. Was the Clefairy just like a bug thing because there's so many spawns that it's failing a check or something? I just have never... Yeah, that's still the alpha. I have never gone through at night and not seen a Clefairy alpha. And so the fact is now we're getting to the point where I'm seeing a non-alpha is blowing my mind. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because I am tired. But I think I am gonna go and do some more of these tests tomorrow. Because I think that is the best bet. But I'm gonna drop a save here. Amazing episode. We've got 2 Shalphas, Gourgeist and Trevenant, both Grass Ghosts, which is cool. And we got 2 Wild Zones done, 13 and 15. right? And what more could you ask for, right? We're only 2 wild zones away from being done with our last viewer challenge. So yeah, you can see it's 4:40 a.m. in the morning. I'm dead tired. I need to go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, tag out. I want to give a special thank you to all my Patreon members. Urza and Scott, you're amazing. If you guys want to check out Patreon and join it to get a shout out at the end, check Patreon down in the link to the description below. And you can also, like Scott did, make me re-record this.